Anthony Hartwig with you with an East Liverpool Potters boys basketball player profile. I'm joined by senior Preston Kerr. Preston, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the season. Off to an incredible start for the Potters. You've only lost twice so far on the year. You're going through this season. Talk about the beginning of it, though. Talk about the summer months and preparing for this season. No one really knows how a year is going to go. What were some of the goals you set for yourselves in the preseason, and how do you think you're executing the goals that you set?
So we lost a good handful of seniors last year, and our summer league started off to a really good start. We were playing really good, high intensity defense. We were just trying to figure out who was our main, I want to say target, but we found early that there's multiple dudes that can just score the ball. And the challenges I set for myself was just really focus on putting reps up, like multiple shots, just really working on defense because I'm a really gritty player. I'm sorry. So, yeah.
When you lose as many seniors as you did last year, there's always that uncertainty that comes out. Like, well, who's going to step up next? Who's going to be that next big leader? Who were some people that kind of taught you how to lead and made you comfortable with taking that next step of being a leader this year as a senior?
I would definitely say Cole Daly, Xavier Green, and Dev Toothman. They were definitely my leaders. They pushed me every single day when I was on JV, when I played some varsity, but I wasn't like the main dude. I was there for defense mostly, but they prepared me for what I am now. So
now you're there for offense. You're scoring in bunches. What's working so well for you on that side of the floor this year?
I think I'm just facilitating, and I feel like people are so focused on what I can do. So I'm getting my teammates more involved. But when my teammates are putting up like numbers also, it gives me the opportunity to just be more open too. So,
you know, when players like yourself that come up as a defensive specialist and have such good defense, find their offensive flow, sometimes you see those types of players kind of lose the defensive edge because they're scoring so much. Not with you. How have you stayed focused on defense and still made that the most important part of your game?
I don't know how to explain this. I think I just all summer I really worked on moving my feet. Like I have a high energy, so I'm not going to get tired quick. That's why I'm always going. So defense is definitely I would say my main thing.
When you look at it, it's your senior year. It's time to get reflective a little bit. You know, it's the last go around with this Potters team. What's it feel like knowing that everything you do is kind of for the last time you're going to do it?
Well, everything happens for a purpose, I believe. So this is my last year, so I'm really going to make everything most of it. And we're just working. It just means everything to me.
Has the reality that you're a senior sunk in yet, or is it still not really hit you that it's your last year?
I want to say it hasn't hit me yet, but it's going to hit me soon.
You know, you play in one of the best basketball arenas in the area, and I think everyone in the YSN family would agree with that. The Playerr Fieldhouse, there's nothing like it, especially on a night when you get the support and it's hopping in there in the gym. What is it like playing in there, and what is it like calling the Playerr Fieldhouse home?
So I say our Fieldhouse is one of the best, if not the best. The love that all the parents and all the fans show to just our organization is just amazing. I like the high energy crowds. It gets me more going, to be honest. So it means a lot.
When you're talking about just the East Liverpool in general, what makes it feel like home to you? What are some things that make East Liverpool the place where you call home?
I call it home because there's a lot of younger dudes that look up to me. So I gotta lead to example. I'm sorry, let me word this right. I am an example for a lot of the younger kids. So it just means a lot to me for them to look up to me. So I'm always going to work hard no matter what.
You bring up a good point. You know, you talked earlier in this interview about the leaders that you watched when you were, you know, growing up in JV and you were, you know, a little bit of varsity and you looked toward those leaders to teach you how to do it. Now you're the role model. You're the people are looking to. What's that been like for you, flipping that table and, you know, going from someone that's looking at other people as role models and now all of a sudden it's you that is the role model?
It's definitely different. So every move you do, like every move, it affects me too. So I gotta just I always better be ready. So I can
What's it what's it like for you to see the youth of the program, the little kids that are looking at all the varsity players and wanting to be in your shoes, coming to the games and getting excited about Potter basketball? What's that like for you as a player?
It makes me feel awesome. We have a lot of little kids, well, young Potters, I should say, and they all look up to everybody, even if it's a freshman, even if it's a senior starting, even if it's a JV player, they just want to be that next person, if you know what I mean.
You've had the chance to be coached by a lot of great people. You're a multiple sport athlete, so you have a lot of good coaches in your life.
Yes, sir.
Talk about your basketball coaches and what they've meant to you and what they've taught you about yourself and basketball.
Well, I've known Coach Conley, Coach Miller, Coach Cade. I've known them all my life, and I would say Conley and Miller pushed me the most to be like the best player I can be. But Coach Reynolds, he shows me a lot of different skill moves I can work on, different finishes. Miller tells me how to be a better post player, and Coach Conley's always he's always on my case about everything. But he's an amazing coach.
Being a multiple sport athlete, your time is very limited. You have to juggle a lot of things: school, sports, social life. What are some of your techniques to organize your time and have good time management?
So when I really don't have practice, I'm usually at the Y, either just putting up shots, working on ball handling. I play a little video games once in a while, but there's always a lot of schoolwork. I'm in an AP literature class. I'm in a couple harder classes, I should say, and I have some of my friends that help me a little bit, but it's definitely challenging to make time for everything, for sure.
You're putting the work in these AP classes, which means when you get those grades, which we know you get good grades, you earn them. You're not taking the easy way out. You're not taking the easy classes. So when you do get those grades, what's that feel like? What kind of sense of pride does that give you?
Oh, it definitely gives me a little boost. It makes me feel good about myself. So I'm an A and B student, so I got to keep the grades good. And when it starts going down a little bit, if it does, it hurts my heart a little bit, but I'm always locked in.
What has been the class that has been the most rewarding, I guess I should say, took the most work and was the most rewarding to get a good grade in?
I would say my AP literature. It's definitely challenged me the most out of all my classes throughout high school. We do a lot of poetry. We do a lot of big essays, and it's definitely challenging, I would say.
As we're talking about your schoolwork, I know there's a lot of great teachers in that East Liverpool school as well. Who are some teachers that have impacted you in your journey?
Oh, man. I don't know where to start. I would say Mr. Cornfield has been a really big impact. He challenged me. It's my math teacher. He's just an amazing dude, down to earth. I would say Coach Miller, he was one of my teachers as well. Coach Conley was one of my teachers as well when I was younger. They prepare me for what's coming next and what I still have to do. So,
speaking of Coach Conley, we get to see him on the sidelines. We get to see him,
yeah,
coaching during the game, but we don't get to see him any other time. You spend a lot of time with that man. What's something about him that a lot of people don't know that you think people should know about Coach Conley?
I'll just say his humor. His humor is amazing. He just always has good jokes. Our teammates kind of get on him a little bit for just the stuff he says, but he's just an amazing dude.
We love to see coach impressions, and I'm sure every teammate has their own. Which one of your teammates do you think can do the best impression of Coach Conley?
Oh, has to be Quentin Conrad. Has to be.
When you think of your teammates, we're going to ask you a couple of questions about him. And first one is, who has the best style, the best swag on the team?
Ooh, that's different. I would say Q. I would say Quentin Conrad, or maybe I might switch it up to Deshaun Kirby. He can put a little something on once in a while.
What about the best music taste, the one that has the killer playlist on in shoot around, or the one that's always bopping to the good music that you listen to too?
It's either me or Marquise. We always got the tunes going. So,
who's the teammate comedian? Who's the one that can crack a joke no matter what the situation is and get you guys back to being loose?
I would say either Blake or Gavin. They're always saying stuff that it's pretty funny.
Opposite, who's a teammate that takes things the most seriously? Hard to get them to crack a joke. Hard to get them to get outside of the sport of basketball.
I would say my twin, Preston Dawson. I would say
Twin.
definitely that.
I love it. When you think of your future, we don't want to see you go, but you're going to graduate from East Liverpool. That's the reality. What are some of your future goals? What's going to be happening in Preston's life after East Liverpool?
So I definitely want to go to college. I have some NAIAs and some D3 small colleges, but I definitely want to pursue basketball, and I want to go into a business degree, maybe sports management. I'm not sure yet on that, but I definitely want to play some basketball and get a good education. So
when you're looking at the programs that you're looking at to go play at the next level, and you're looking at the coaches, what kind of things are you looking for? What kind of things can a program and a coach have that make you comfortable with calling it your home at the next level?
I would just say, like, when I do visits or stuff, I just let it come to me. Like, I don't force anything, if that makes sense. Like, I want it to be home, if you know what I mean.
What would be the perfect way to end your senior season for East Liverpool? What are some team goals that you think that if you reach these team goals, you would leave the program and you would know that you accomplished everything that you wanted to in East Liverpool?
I would definitely say a regional title. That's what we're all chasing, but anything after that would be just a blessing in disguise. It would be amazing.
When you graduate from East Liverpool, you look back on your whole sports career, multiple sport athlete. What's going to be your proudest achievement as an athlete at East Liverpool?
Well, I'm hoping this year. I hope this year will be the best year that Potter's had in a very, very long time, or just in my career.
What are you going to miss the most about this East Liverpool community after you leave it and you go on to the next chapter?
Definitely the love that we just all get. Like, I feel the love is just insanely high, and I don't know if I'll ever feel the type of love I get. So
we talked about your role models on the floor and some of the teammates that you looked up to in the past. I would be remiss if I didn't also ask you about your role models outside of basketball and the people that you look to in your life that give you advice or whatever it may be. Who are your role models outside of the sport?
Well, I would definitely say my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my grandparents. But one person I really look up to is my brother. His name's Jaden, and he just taught me a lot of things in life that I don't know how to thank him enough. Right. It really is a blessing.
What do you think is like that biggest lesson that Jaden has taught you, or the biggest moment where you really learned a lot from him?
I would just say, don't rush everything. Everything happens for a reason. That's one of his sayings.
All right, Preston, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance, like we do with every player profile, to shine a light on everybody in your life, the people that support you, the people that you wouldn't be here without. I'm going to give you as much time as you want to give your shout-outs and to shine a light on those people.
I just want to shout out to my dad, most informally. He's just one of the greatest people I just know. And I want to thank my moms also. So that's it.
Preston, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this senior season, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.